We keep hearing how little we're spending and how we're tightening our purse strings related to the lingering effects of the GFC, and also concerns about a two-speed economy here in Western Australia. Today, however, a report from Deloitte Access Economics has revealed that retail sales in WA have grown 5 times more than any other state. So I thought we'd look at the future of retail and also what's happening with online commerce. Ruslan Kogan is an entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Kogan.com.au. Ruslan, hello to you.
G'day, how are you?
Good. Tell me, just where are we at in terms of online commerce in Australia at the moment?
Well, it's certainly picking up. People are learning about it. People, are starting to know that online is where the bargains are, that online businesses can smash the big retailers on price. And they're starting to learn also that that's where they can get quality product information. Just a simple Google search for a product, you can very quickly read reviews, opinions, ratings of products. You can see customer feedback on different stores and make a very quick and educated purchase decision.
So I keep hearing figures around 6, 7, 10% of all sales being online sales. Why do you think we're relatively slow to get on board?
Well, yeah, we're behind the rest of the world in terms of the major players like the US and the UK. A lot of it is people being adverse to change. They're sometimes scared to change, but now they're realizing that there's a big cost saving involved in changing the way that you shop. But another factor has been that we've been talking it down. Our business leaders have been, in the media preaching for regulations and extra laws and things like that to protect them rather than to use their commercial muscle in the retail sphere. And as a result, like all my friends that are awesome at IT and retail are going overseas to America and the US because that's where all the job opportunities are. And in Australia, we've got some of the best IT degrees in the world. We should be embracing online retail. We should be saying this is the future. There's people from all over the world coming here to study because our degrees are so awesome, and we should be keeping our local talent and building this massive industry.
What do you see as being the catalyst for the floodgates to open with this?
Well, the catalyst is definitely price. People are shopping online because it's a matter for them of, do I go into one of the big stores and buy a TV for $2,000 or do I go online and buy it for $1,000? The price is a massive catalyst. People want to save money. People don't like being ripped off. And that's why they're coming online in droves, and a lot more people are doing a lot more shopping online. Even my mum's booking all her holidays online because they're half the price of the local travel agent.
Yeah, but you're only a young bloke and you've probably got a young mum. If you're just with us, Ruslan Kogan, who's an entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Kogan.com.au, it is Australia's biggest online electronics retailer. I mean, Ruslan, if we look at the regions of Australia where you would think it would be most advantageous to shop in this way, we don't necessarily see the uptake. At what point do you think the penny will drop, or at what point do you see prices actually superseding that familiarity of going into a store you know, with a store owner you know?
The funny thing is, with that, you'd expect that to happen in more rural areas where people have, their electronics store in their town and they know the owner and all of that sort of stuff. But what we're seeing is that you get a lot of people in country areas buying online because they've been the ones that have been deprived of choice, deprived of that competition in their area. So they're the ones that are shopping online a lot. So it's funny you say that because you'd think the same thing. You'd think that, well, they're the ones that have that relationship with their local store owner and the relationship with all the store owners in their shopping strip in their town. But they're becoming the customers that are turning online first because they want the choice, they want the better prices. And the great thing about online is that online doesn't discriminate against customers. It says everyone in Australia can have the same great prices. Everyone in Australia can choose from, any one of these products rather than just being limited to the businesses that have set up in your town.
Ruslan, at what point do you think water will find its own level with this? In other words, you said there that we'll still have bricks and mortar. We'll still have stores you go into. How do you see the divide? Do you see it as in say 20 years' time as being 80% online, 20% physically go into a shop? Hard to predict, I
think
suppose.
it'll definitely reach those sort of levels. I can't pinpoint the exact number. There'll always be bricks and mortar retailers. There's a shop near my house, for instance, that sells tennis rackets. They've got a tennis court out the back and tennis pros working in that store. And they've always got people in that shop because they know that they can try the different rackets out. They can have a tennis pro assisting them in choosing a racket. And they understand, yes, I'm going to pay more for the racket in that store than I can get it online, but I like that extra service. So it's going to be a matter of finding the balance between the two. If someone knows exactly what product they want, they'll go online. If someone knows, yes, I need a 42-inch TV, they'll always go online. Or if I need an Apple iPad, those people will go online and just find it for the best price. Those people that are a bit unsure about what they want and don't want to do their own research and want to chat to someone, there'll always be space for them to shop in bricks and mortar stores.
Okay, so really the future of bricks and mortar retail is providing much better service.
Exactly. There's companies even out there like Nespresso at the moment that are building experience centres in shopping centres. So rather than actually trying to sell you something, they're all about come in, try out our coffee, have a play with our machines, get a feel for the brand, try the different flavours. You can't even buy anything in their experience centre. And that's what it's all about. They're saying, look, we're going to use this real estate to give you an experience, and then you can go online and buy it for yourself in your own time at home. Or it's all going to be about, well, the people we have are actual experts in these products, so that's why we'll get you into our store rather than the price, because everyone knows now that the best prices are online.
Okay, Ruslan Kogan, thanks a lot for speaking with us.
Cheers. Great to chat to you, Barry.